What's up guys, it's Geigen. Jet X2O was a very popular racing game in the early 2000s and it has lost its charm in the archives of gaming as time passed by. Upon playing this game for nearly 2 decades, I've come to notice a lot of differences throughout the game's development. For this video, I will be talking about the characters' original wetsuits in the course of their making, as I also apply a rating to both the original and final versions of each character's costume. Taylor Jordan is thought to be the main character of the game. He is one of the 4 starting characters and is forced to be played in the game's demo. With that being said, his original outfit can easily be spotted out from the rest due to him being the only character to use a helmet while riding. His original outfit carried the similar ideas, but were very different at the time. Taylor went through 4 different phases in his development. A green long sleeve wetsuit with no helmet, a green long sleeve wetsuit with the helmet, which is what I will mainly be covering today, a long sleeve blue shirt with stars going down the sleeve, and the current short sleeve blue shirt. In the trailer of Jet X2O's early development footage, Taylor's character was easily the most identifiable, simply because of his lime green outfit standing out more than anyone else. As I said, we will be going over his second phase wetsuit. It consisted of a long sleeve, lime green shirt that had a white stripe going down the shirt, a blue and red helmet that also had a corresponding glove, and the Detroit Muscle logo in the center. Everything else about the outfit remained in the final designs, which were the blue shorts and shoes. Me personally, I easily love this wetsuit the best. Everything about it just looks so natural to the character. But does this necessarily match what the character is representing? In Taylor's lore, he is a BMX biker. The previous costume looks so much like that. However, does it totally represent the USA? In that aspect of things, I believe change was in order for the default outfit, but not that it had to be totally removed. A costume that pertains to the character's lore should remain in the game, at least as an alternate costume. This skin clearly took more work than the lazy default outfit in which we have in the final build. What was worse about it is just how it was displayed not only in the game trailer, but also in the game's startup introduction. Kinda upsetting and very underwhelming if you think about it. Anyways, he went through one more change after that, which gave him his country's representation along with his BMX style. The long sleeve blue shirt can actually be seen in some screenshots of the game, along with his advertisement sign in-game. Now, one note on that, if Taylor's Detroit Muscle advertisement sign displayed in his third outfit, then what was it before his change? Well, it actually pertained to this original outfit. However, it was kinda plain. You could spot it in the trailer for a split second if you look real close. In this photo on the top right, you could see it says Detroit Muscle in red and blue lettering on the top of a lime green plane, much like his shirt color. Pretty interesting, right? Anyways, I give his original beta outfit a 9 out of 10 for its outstanding design and his current one a 4 for killer game getting extremely lazy. Luke Limoge is also one of the 4 starting characters and was also one of the 3 playable characters in the Jet X2O beta. His design, unlike the rest of the cast, did not change. As a matter of fact, the only thing that changed about him were his special tricks, as he originally used Karen's tricks, probably as a placeholder until Killer Game found some that match his crazy personality. Now, his current outfit does make sense to that character. He is a crazy nutjob from France. His hair being spiked up like a character straight out of Dragon Ball Z, his quotes making him sound like a complete lunatic, and the way France's colors are displayed on his outfit give him such a perfect design for his character. I admire the fact that Killer Game kept his final design. However, I don't think his exclusive jet ski, the Mastermind, having an orange color over the red really stands out for France as much as his costume does. I give the original / final outfit a 10 out of 10 due to an extreme fit for his design.
Let that go!
Karen Olson is the 3rd character that was playable in the Jet X2O beta and was also one of the 4 starting characters. Karen only had 2 costume phases, her beta and her current. There may have been a 3rd phase where her current 3rd wetsuit could have been her default, but there's very little speculation of that. Much like Taylor, Karen's outfit can be viewed in the game's trailer, screenshots, the game's introduction, and even an advertisement sign throughout the final game. Karen's original outfit was much more revealing in a few ways, but not to a point in which it was like Mortal Kombat or Tekken where girls were basically half naked. This game was made back in 2002, and those games were most certainly around then. Oh, by the way, her current 4th costume reveals the same amount, if not more. So who knows if that's a valid reason for changing it. Karen's country she represents is Sweden, and her beta outfit represents that better than anything. The colors blue, yellow, gray, black, and white are all present, as opposed to her current outfit, which is basically one color and one color only. Not to mention, it doesn't show any representation for Sweden in the slightest. After the era of Jet X2O in which the trailer was produced, Karen's jet ski, Valkyrie, was finally finished. It was the same exact model as it is now, but stuck to a colorful yellow, white, and blue texture design. This jet ski was complementing her awesome original beta outfit extremely well. When looking at the current design, I'm going to be honest with you, I tend to lose brain cells. I have to use a fourth costume all the time upon playing her because it's the most similar to the original design anyone could possibly get right now. And not only does a single teal color texturize the entire outfit, it also completely texturizes the jet ski she rides around. It's probably the most disappointing thing about Killer Games' Jet X2O character development. At least they could have made her beta outfit an entire alternate costume altogether when witnessing all that hard work putting into her model. With that being said, I give her original outfit a 10 out of 10 for its style and expressive design, and I give her current outfit a 3 out of 10 for bland and unnecessary lazy work. Eva de Toro is the fourth rider you can play at start. Understanding her gothic personality, her representing country is Spain. Her character probably went through the most changes in this game's development. She had a different outfit and jet ski obviously, but also had a different team name and even different voice lines. Check some of these out. Her costume looks something similar to her current default outfit that most people actually realize. Eva's original outfit had the same purple hair, but used a blue tank top, long black arm sleeves, and blue gloves, a white belt, and red and black pants. I have a theory that the pants on this outfit were given to her in her second outfit in the final build. Comparing it to her current design, Eva has the same length-sized gloves and arm sleeves. She even has a tank top, same hair length, and even a belt, but however, it lacks pants and uses short black shorts and semi-long boots instead. Before I go any further on my thoughts for her costume, I must explain the team and jet ski names she had. Her current jet ski is known as Darkthorn, and her final team name is known as the Blackheart. Her original team name, as well as her previous jet ski, was previously named Espana. And just a short disclaimer on the name, I'm not entirely sure if that was her jet ski's name originally. However, it's clearly labeled on the jet ski, so chances are it was built the same. However, Blackheart's logo is also on the Darkthorn, so there's a strong possibility that it's not as well. Speaking of Blackheart's logo, we understand that theoretically her team name was identified as Espana, but much like Taylor Jordan and his original team logo, did Eva ever have one? Or was it never finished being produced at the same time of her design? The information seems to be long lost, but to find it would be kind of extraordinary if you think about it. Its primary color was yellow, and it used its secondary color red for details such as stripes and other cool designs. Its handles, however, were a light blue, much like her gloves. Being that Eva's country is Spain, Espana screams Spain all over. However, it didn't necessarily match her original outfit. Analyzing this was kind of difficult for me because I could not tell what they were trying to do with this character upon development. She had some random colors thrown together and given an awesomely designed jet ski that represented her country fairly well, and the way she sounded was kind of bland as opposed to now. Now, I'm not saying that I dislike her old design, because it sure would have been amazing to see in game. However, it seems that the ideas went to be more personality oriented rather than being patriotic like much more of the other characters and other riders. I feel that Killer Games did her design very well. Her current design, as well as her corresponding voice lines, make it seem very realistic. Her current design isn't bad, and it definitely shows character. Her tricks, her team name, and even her lore all match up. Needless to say, her original design should have been a nice alternate skin, just for the sake of having another cool outfit. I give her original outfit a 6 out of 10 for Killer Games' trial and error, and I give her current costume an 8 out of 10 for its excessive yet awesome personality. Rest in peace, Espana. Zakharov is the Russian character of the game. He is unlocked by beating amateur mode with Taylor to unlock. Vladdy's development is mainly interesting for one thing. His beta outfit was extremely close to making it to the final build. As a matter of fact, Vladdy's original outfit was so close to being in the final build that you could see his costume in the game's manual as well as his complete ending movie. He is also displayed in the game's introduction trailer with that outfit as well. His original outfit consisted of green camouflage pants, tan boots, a tank top, green undershirt with an orange vest covering the top of it. His gloves were green with red palms to match his vest. He also had some writing in the center of the vest, but it's unclear what was written there. I believe it would have something to do with the project, considering that was his team name. but again, I'm not entirely sure. The most similar outfit to this costume is his third decal, which shows his shirtless skin, but consists of everything his original skin offered, minus the vest and undershirt. In other words, Killer Games got lazy again. As opposed to his current outfit, I think his original takes it tenfold. His current design is probably the laziest design in a character I've ever seen. It's probably worse than Karen, because at least Karen doesn't use that depressing shade of green. I feel like if I were to play against him in Mesotech, that I wouldn't be able to see him driving around. Now, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be a skin in the game. I'm saying that it should not have to be his default look. It has nothing to do with Russia either. His personality is very blunt in a lot of ways, but you could totally see it on his original design too. Plus, with the overall color schemes of Jet X2O itself, that old design only helps the game. The only benefit is that his current jet ski, Counter Force, has similarities in the style. I understand they tried making it more military oriented, but why do that when you have this jet ski design the way you have other skins that are completely military themed, like his second or fourth costume? His current outfit should have at least been an alternate, while his previous design should have not been discarded last minute. With that being said, I give Vladdy's beta outfit a 7 out of 10 for uniqueness, and his current a 2 out of 10 for extreme unnecessary changes, while that could have been replaced for his third costume altogether. Vito Calabra is the Italian character of the cast. You unlock him by beating amateur mode with Luke. Fun fact, did you know that in the game's lore, Vito's actually rivals with Luke? I find that pretty interesting. Anyways, Vito had one outfit before this, and the changes were not that drastic, yet sometimes they could have been noticeable. You could spot his outfit in the original trailer as well as the game's introduction. Vito's old costume is much like a race car driver's outfit, red being the primary color, while the inside of the red was the white trim going around the inner colored green. It also had Italia written in the torso area of his wetsuit, plus the jumpsuit was entirely pieced together, therefore his sleeves had corresponding designs to the rest of the outfit. The original outfit matched his signature jet ski, the Golden Tiger. Not that it's actually gold or anything. Much more than his current outfit, just because of the color white that was previously used on the original. Vito's current costume has the same color scheme, but uses black instead of white. I wouldn't say his final design is much like a jumpsuit, as it's like a jacket and pants with a belt. Like most Italians like myself, Vito has an open collar jacket. The jacket is plain red until you notice the entire left arm, where the red breaks off into a green outlined star that is colored inside black. That black travels down the entire arm until it reaches the gloves, which are also black. The opposite arm still has its red design. In my opinion, I think both outfits are cool, but if I had to choose one, it's definitely the beta design, because Italy uses the colors white and not black. Plus, Italia is written on the center of the wetsuit, and an open jacket just won't cut it. However, I believe that the current design does still have a nice style to it. With that being said, I think it should be replacing one of those horrible alternates he has in the final build. Literally, there's no reason to use those awful skins over your default. The only reason I could see someone using them is if you're using one of the subordinate jet skis such as the Tsunami or Aftershock. And why the hell would you use those jet skis over the Golden Tiger, which has better statistics in every single way possible? Anyways, I give his previous and current design both an 8 out of 10 for great style and Italian heritage. Leah Cardozo is the Brazilian character of the game, which is unlocked by beating amateur mode with Kara Nielsen. After playing this game for about 16 years, Leah is easily the most powerful character in the whole game, simply because of her statistics and her sunburst signature watercraft. I was able to nearly max them all out upon playing her on Expert, and let me just say that she practically denies physics. I'll post a video about that another time. Anyways, Leah remained the same themed character. However, there were different levels of expressing it upon both eras of her. In her early stages of development, Leah used a costume that was a long-sleeved green shirt, white, green, and yellow gloves, a white vest, and a pink skirt with pink boots. In all honesty, I feel that the green and white with partially yellow gloves were a way of showing Brazilian heritage and color, but pink skirts and boots are there probably to satisfy her personality, I would think. Much like Eva, this seems to be the same exact if not a similar issue. Now, her old jet ski, which consisted of yellow and green all over, was a way for her to make up for the lack of yellow on her original outfit, which actually looked pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Her final design is not entirely the same, but I will say it does match her personality a lot more and not so much her country, Brazil.
As a matter of fact, there isn't much green thrown in there at all. I mean, the skirt is green, but when you have the colors pink, blue, yellow, and white all tossed in there and around there, you don't even think Brazil. Her shirt is a yellow short sleeve with the logo of some sort on the center. She has long pink sleeves that go into her gloves, which both of her gloves are yellow, green, and blue, much like her corresponding boots. I give Leah's original design a 5 out of 10 for looking somewhat bland, but also showing innovation, and I give her current a 6 out of 10 for its vibrant color scheme, but for altering what was cool looking Sunburst signature watercraft. Kenji Tanaka is the Japanese character of the game. You can unlock him by beating amateur mode with Eva de Toro. He had 3 phases to his default wetsuit. His first phase was the trailer era, his second phase, which was currently his third outfit, and then his current phase. Kenji's original outfit can actually be viewed in the Jet X2O production trailer as an enemy racer and can also be viewed in the promotional release. You can also find his advertisement sign. His outfit consisted of an orange jacket with red sleeveless vest to go over it. He has white headphones and also has long blue shorts. This complemented his original Mega Mix signature watercraft as it used the colors orange, red, and white, but not designed like the final version, which by the way uses the color purple. Not entirely sure why they threw that color in there like so. It's not entirely bad, but it looked as if it was thrown in there last minute. Through speculation, Kenji's second phased outfit is what is currently his third costume in the final build. While there are no screenshots to prove this, it is the costume that is used in the introductory trailer and is also used in his ending character movie. So again, it's likely that this was his OG outfit. Kenji's final outfit is, in my opinion, very bland. Plus, I don't think it really fits his style very well. Why is a Japanese DJ wearing a tracksuit that has a color which has no correlation to his team or signature watercraft? Plus, it's too baggy as opposed to his other outfits. Not that the second or fourth costumes are any better. My thoughts on Kenji's outfits are kinda mixed. I believe that his beta wetsuit was without a doubt the coolest, and his third costume being second. I find the current one very plain. However, I do believe it holds some truth to the character, and think it should at least be an alternate costume, maybe replacing his second or fourth outfit.
Well, that's the history on every character's development and all their original outfits. All in all, Jet X2O definitely went through some major changes, most notably the character signatures, costumes, and watercrafts. While the game had many other changes involved, and how I could probably go on forever about them, it's important to players of the game to understand how their favorite games were in the course of their development. Games are changed for a reason, but it doesn't mean they're always for the better, and most of the time can be for good or bad calls. Gaming history is important, especially for when witnessing a long-lost footage of what the game's foundation was. As far as Jet X2O is concerned, do you believe their costumes were better or worse? Feel free to comment below. I'm Geigen, and I hope you enjoyed my content on Jet X2O's major character development history. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all soon.